Hi, my name is Disco Bob, and I'm going to introduce you to a new physics plugin for DAZ Studio 3 that Metaganic and I have been working on. Alright, so once you have the plugin installed, then you go to View, Tabs, Physics, and I'm going to go ahead and dock my Physics tab over here so it's out of the way. And first thing you'll notice is there's several different controls that we have here. We have our simulation control section where you hit run, and now we are in an active physics world where collision objects will bump into each other and be subject to gravity. And then down below we have a scene builder. This is where you load your primitives, all your different shapes that you can use for collision objects. And then down here, animation section is not too important at the moment, but then we have a use frame baking option, and this it allows you to save it to keyframe data. So basically, so you can go and render it out to movies, or you can have it be a part of your regular animation. So let's go ahead and look. I've got my simulation running right now. It's counting all my steps. Nothing's going on right now because we don't have any objects, but let's go ahead and get started by loading up a single element. Now, single element is, I'll go ahead and use the default shape of a box, but we also have a sphere, cylinder, and cone. And I'll leave all the options at the default, and there we go. I've got an object falling in a physics world. That is how easy the physics are. And I'm going to go ahead and stop it for a second. Now, you can move things around, and even while it's running, you can move things around. You can lift them up, and when you let go, it's going to fall. And hit stop. I'll reset this. Resetting will always put everything back to the way it was loaded in originally. So now my cube's gone back to where it was. Now if I moved it over here and I really wanted it to be over here, all I have to do is hit update to current location, and now when I run, if I reset, it'll always go to there instead of back where it first started. Alright, let's get a little more complex here. You can actually load in like an XYZ grid. Now, explaining this is kind of pointless, but seeing it will help you understand exactly what it is. I'm going to go ahead and leave the shape as a box, and single shape. Just for kicks, I'm going to go random shapes. So now it'll just randomly choose one of the various shapes that we have, the 4 shapes that we have. And I'll leave everything else as default. The width, height, and depth of the grid, everything's fine the way it is. I hit accept, and now you see I've got these random objects. And this is what you call a grid, a 3D grid. It's a bunch of 3D objects sitting next to each other. If I hit run, they'll fall and they will collide and run around. So that's basically all you need to do to get physics running in DAZ Studio 3 is hit run and load some objects. Piece of cake. And that's it for this beginner's tutorial.